they're talking about Hegel, they're talking about Descartes, all of these major philosophers, and I feel intimidated and I feel as though Islam is so simple when we look at the complex philosophy that Western civilization has provided, and it becomes a reason for people to really get shaken in their faith. So it's interesting, subhanAllah, just a few days ago, I had the opportunity to meet a scholar from Pakistan. He was visiting. He's a doctorate, Islamic studies, but he also has a major in philosophy. And I was talking to him, and subhanAllah, it was so fascinating. I'm thinking he's such a qualified individual. His background, he has distinction, he has a doctorate, he's well-versed in philosophy, he has a master's in philosophy, really qualified. And I'm talking to him, and he's talking to me about very basic concepts about La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, following the sunnah. And I'm thinking to myself, subhanAllah, he's a professor in Pakistan, he's a professor as well, and he's very qualified, yet his conversation is very simple. And I'm thinking, you know what, it doesn't match his credentials and what he's talking about. Then after talking to him for about half an hour, subhanAllah, then he starts talking about philosophy a bit, and he told me that I spend years, he studied philosophy in UK in the 70s or 80s, and he said, I spend years studying this stuff. I've written papers, my thesis, everything on Western philosophy, and I've concluded that when you study the simplicity of Islam, it's so compelling, and when you go into philosophy, it looks compelling on the outside, but it's just filled with confusion. And this is coming from an expert. And it just got me thinking about our youth and how, subhanAllah, if they don't have the right guidance, you can become very confused just by reading things outside that, oh, how can I believe in God? This is science, this is philosophy, this is this. And people's faith is really questioned. But subhanAllah, when you ask the experts in the field, they'll tell you it's all nonsense. It's a lot of talk, but not reality. But then when you come back to Tawheed, he said, subhanAllah, I spent years studying a very famous philosopher, his name is Nietzsche. He says, I spent years studying him, but subhanAllah, it's just confusion. And then when I come back to the basis of Islam, Tawheed, Risala, Akhirah, it's so convincing and my heart gets this sense of comfort. And subhanAllah, after hearing that, I thought to myself, subhanAllah, how many youth, how many people are unaware of the beauty and simplicity of Islam? We don't need to make Islam what it's not. When we present Islam in the beautiful, clean, straightforward, simple way it is, the fitrah automatically gets drawn to it. So it's our responsibility to present Islam in a beautiful manner, and there's no combat, no challenge that can really intimidate the beauty of Islam. So the quick message I just wanted to share with everyone here that subhanAllah, what we have, the lifestyle, the way of life, Tawheed, Risala, the Prophet ﷺ, the Sunnah, these are very valuable concepts that we need to hold on to and never overlook. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to practice on Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strengthen our faith. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those people who appreciate the gift of Iman that we are all blessed with. Ameen. Jazakumullahu khairan.